Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to the MMA Short Show. As always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And, one of the greatest things about sports, and more so being a fan of sports, is when you're growing up as a kid, man, and you're discovering basketball, you're discovering baseball, you're discovering football, you're discovering all these different sports, hockey, soccer, whatever you play. One of the greatest things about it is when you discover the professional athletes that are at the top of their gang. Wayne Gretzky, Ken Griffey Jr., name them all, Barry Bonds for days, Michael Vick, you have Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, you can even throw LeBron in there now at this rate for people my age. Like, you have so many guys out there, Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson, like all these guys that come to my mind that were my heroes as a kid. We all grow up, we want to mimic the game after them. We want to watch them win. We get sad when they lose. I mean, even wrestling, even WWE wrestling, WWF back in the day. Like, I would cry when Goldberg would lose. Like, just certain heroes that you grow up with. And, more so when it comes to MMA, it's so much more intimate. You don't have guys that have 10 other teammates that they lose with and they can cope with. They don't got 4 other guys they lose with on the court. Like, it is strictly them. Like, yes, they have a team. Yes, they have a camp. But when the lights are on them, it is a 1v1 sport, baby. It's the most intimate you could see. We all know we've watched our favorite fighters have the highest of highs, but we've also always watched our fighters go through the lowest of lows. And, you almost feel like these guys become your best friends. You've watched them for so long. And you almost get... For me, I can't speak for everybody, but when I watch my favorite fighter fight, I would rather fight Francis Ngannou that night than be going through the stress levels and the anxiety of watching your favorite fighter fight. And at UFC 308, 2 of my top 3 favorite fighters of all time when it comes to Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker both just so happened to fight in the main event and co-main event that night. And I've done a video before, talking just how similar these guys truly are. But fast forward, a year and a half later, these guys' career are identical. Like, it is insane to truly sit here and look at them. Like, clearly, outside of both of them becoming fan favorites over the years, being some of the nicest guys ever, the most respectful guys ever. Like, when you think of MMA fighters that put a good word on and put a good, image on for the sport, and they're not barbarians and all these things, the first 2 you're going to think of outside of Wonderboy Thompson maybe is Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker. Just 2 respectful guys, go in there, put everything on the line, fight with their heart. And once the octagon closes, yeah, they are nice, but those guys are absolute killers. They always put on a show. They're never looking to just get by with a win by decision, always putting their life on the line. I mean, how many times have we seen Max Holloway, who is supposed to fight, maybe he already has a fight locked in, like Ricardo Lamas, when he's already winning 3 rounds, points to the center of the octagon, throws. What we just saw with Justin Gaethje, literally put on a masterclass performance for 24 minutes and 50 seconds. In the last 10 seconds, he gives this man Gaethje a chance, knocks him out. Like, you can go on for days and days, and it's 2 of the biggest fandoms out there. But then when you really start looking into it and how similar these guys' career truly are, it almost actually gets kind of scary. Max Holloway, 32 years old. You look at Robert Whittaker, 33 years old. They're both born in December, a year apart from each other. According to my guys over at SureDog, which shouts out to those guys, I use their website all the time. I highly recommend it. And no, this isn't a plug. They are just that awesome. They both are 26 and 7 on their career. And I mean, if you look on Google, I'm pretty sure you can find Robert Whittaker's career maybe at 27 and 7. But still, my goodness, both of them within a fight or the exact same record. I mean, even their finishes are 1 away from each other. You have Robert Whittaker with 15 and you have Max Holloway with 14. Both former champions and beloved champions. The fights that Robert Whittaker went through with Yoel Romero, the fights that Max Holloway went through with Jose Aldo, you can almost just put those 2, even though I know Aldo's better on the GOAT list, it's still just 2 amazing fights. And they both, not only did they both become champions and whatnot, they both have kryptonite of 2. They might be argued one of the greatest of all time in their respected divisions, but they each have their kryptonite. Max has Volkanovski that he kept getting screwed by, and Robert Whittaker had Israel Adesanya he kept getting screwed by. And just to add coincidence to it, both of these guys just so happen to be training partners at City Kickboxing. And you could even look, both of them have an argument with at least one of those fights that they won on the decision and maybe just got the shorter end of the straw. They both became gatekeepers. Literally the definition of gatekeeping. These guys both, maybe they had their, maybe more than one chance to beat Volk and Izzy, and they just, came up short. But then once they're supposed to start, going down like most gatekeepers do, and you start losing to the up-and-coming killers, These guys are taking them out. They're killing them. They're holding up the division half the time. Izzy wanted to fight all these new guys. Robert Whittaker would run right through him. This man, Max Holloway, Volkanovski was supposed to fight all these different guys. Max Holloway would run right through him. They're not only just beating other top guys, they're also taking on the new up-and-coming prospects that are supposed to take these guys out. And they're taking guys out like Arnold Allen. They're taking guys out, Crom, and all these other, like literally, it's impressive what these guys are doing. And then you go into it, their next matchup, they're both trying to become champions again. You got Max Holloway fighting a 15-0. You can't call him a prospect because he's a champion, but he's one of the biggest, superstars that we have in the future. In a 15-0 Ilia Tapira. This man, Robert Whittaker, might be fighting the draw of the entire division when it comes to Hamzat, the boogeyman. He's 13-0. Like, they're both fighting killers that could get themselves right back to championship level or basically be the champion, especially when it comes to Max Holloway in a legit championship fight. You can take it a step further. They're both coming off one of the greatest knockouts that they have on their career. And they're both kind of islanders. You got Robert Whittaker, who's from Australia, which we all know is one of the wildest places on earth. And then Max Holloway's from Hawaii. Like, you guys got to love these guys. They both pound their chest as soon as they get in the octagon. They both get crazy. Their energy is at an all-time. Like, it's truly amazing to see these guys, take their careers and completely save them at all times. Every time you think they're about to be taken out. You got Robert Whittaker when he lost to Drakus. You're like, oh my God, maybe it really is time for him to go out. Now look at him. He's taking guys out like Ikram and all these people on last second step-ins and their last second fight replacements, and they're taking them out. Like, it's absolutely insane what these two have done. And to literally look at these guys and to see how similar they kind of look. They both got the tattoos, both got the short black hair, both kind of got the goatees going sometimes. Like, it's almost like these guys are brothers, man. It's truly insane, and it's so cool to see these guys on the same card, representing for the Abu Dhabi to go, main event, hopefully get the job done. Both probably being counted out because they're former champions and their time has already come, but they're just here to prove everybody wrong. Like, you have to love what these two are doing, and as a fan, it's been one of the most, grateful things and most blessed things that I've ever can say, no pun intended, for Max. To be able to watch these two, man. As John Jones has always been my favorite and whatnot, the last few years have been tough to be a John Jones fan because it's, he's towards the end of his career. But for Max and Robert to keep doing what they're doing and to keep proving everybody wrong and to keep pushing the envelope and to keep reminding everybody that they're not done, it's so amazing, man. And I'm seriously so blessed that I got to sit here and watch these two do it. And boy, if both of these guys win, I'm going to be the happiest dude of all time. And if both of these guys lose at UFC 308, you're going to see absolute depression. You might not hear from me for a while, but, it's so cool to look at these guys as identical careers. And it's so tough at all times. Are they gatekeepers? Are they champions? Like, they are literally the definition of what you're supposed to do at gatekeeping. So, as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris, and you guys let me know what you guys think between Max and Robert. Do you guys have a favorite between the two? I don't think anybody in the world dislikes these guys. These guys are amazing. Everybody loves them. So, as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. Let me know what you guys think. Is this man Robert going to take out Hamzat? Is Max going to take out Aaliyah? Like, come on, baby. Let me know. So, as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. Let's go.